What's up, guys? Magicalibra back today with the final video for the new Dark Magician support. After this video will be a full combo tutorial video that will be probably 30 plus minutes long on all the combos you can do with the previous Dark Magician cards that we have posted. But what we're going to be going over right now is the Dark Magic Burst. So this is going to be a brand new spell card for the Dark Magician support that is a quick play spell that is definitely meant to punish your opponent kind of like a hand trap. So basically what this card does is it has two effects down here, as you can see. You can only activate one of them, so make sure to keep that in mind. You either do Dark Magician Girl's special ability or you do the Dark Magician's special ability, so you only get one. But what this card does is you can only activate one Dark Magic Burst per turn, so keep that in mind. So when you activate this card, special summon one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or grave, and if you do, you can apply one of the following effects if your opponent activated a monster effect this turn, depending on whose turn it is. So let's say you normal summoned Rod, they activate Ash Blossom. You can now activate Dark Magic Burst, special Dark Magician, and then because they activate Ash Blossom on your turn, you can then, your turn, send all face-up monster or spell or trap cards your opponent controls to the grave. So you pick one and go bye-bye. So you don't get to wipe their whole field. You only get to pick this side or this side. So pick one, that is important. Or, let's say they activated a monster effect this turn on their own turn. So what you would do is you would use the opponent's turn effect, which is special summon one Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions, but banish it during the end phase. This gives us a lot more versatility for our Dark Spellcaster monsters, such as ritual monsters or monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set, which can definitely give us a good edge during our opponent's turn. So one of these cards that cannot be normal summoned or set normally is going to be our Illusion of Chaos. So he has a negate effect that nobody really knows about, which is when an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can return this card to the hand. If you do, special Dark Magician from grave. If you do that, negate the activated effect. It's a monster effect negate. So this Dark Magic Burst immediately just becomes a monster negate effect. If they activate a card effect on their turn, we just get to special a card that negates a monster effect. Now, if they activate something on our turn, we get to wipe our opponent's monsters or the opponent's spells or traps. But here's the deal. Generally, you're just going to be summoning Illusion of Chaos because if you're going first and they activate something on your turn, using that effect to wipe all their cards generally doesn't work unless they're playing Bestials. So what you'll generally do is you'll set this card past turn, wait for them to activate a monster effect, special Dark Magician, then special Illusion of Chaos, then use an effect to get the Dark Magician off the field, and then that way you can use the Illusion of Chaos to tribute itself, special Dark Magician, and negate. But generally that's how that works. But if you are going second and your opponent has already established their board, and then you go, say, normal summon Rod, and they've already got like 3 monsters on the field and like 2 spells and traps in the back row and a field spell, you know, they just going full combo there and they got negates and whatnot. You normal summon Rod, they go Imperm. All right, okay. I don't know, you normal summon Rod, they activate Effect Veiler or a monster effect. That's really what you want them to do. You can then use that first effect to then send all their face-up monsters to the grave or all their spells and traps to the grave, and then continue your combo because you probably wiped off 2 interruptions there. So anyways, we're going to show you how to use this card. So let's go ahead and get on into that because it's already been 5 minutes of explaining. So I picked a hand for us to play with. This card by itself just does what it does. It specials Dark Magician or Girl. That's it. You get the additional effect if your opponent activated a monster effect this turn. So you'll want to use this not as a starter, but as an extender. But you can use it as a starter if you have no way to Dark Magician or Girl and you need one. You could just play it and sacrifice that additional effect that you could get from it. But basically what we're going to do is do the full combo. So we'll activate our Illusion of Chaos. We then get to go up in here and we get to add our Magician's Robe. Basically, we'll add Magician's Robe and then we'll activate its effect to special summon it. Which will then special summon Rod. And then Rod will then search Circle. And then what we do is we place this on the top of the deck with Illusion of Chaos. So that happened after we searched Robe, but I just didn't do it until now. We can then activate the Circle. Circle will then activate. We then get to send that Dark Magician to the sweet, sweet graveyard. And then place that Eternal Brick right there in the Spell and Trap zone. Because if you've ever watched anything that is... what am I trying to say here? If you've ever watched any anime that is abridged, all these squares make a circle. Anyway, so what we're going to go ahead and do is declare the effect of the Eternal. We'll then get to search our deck for our Magician's Will here. So we'll add this to our hand. We will then... link this off to the grave, What we'll then do is we can then link into our Palladium Dame, activate her effect, bring the Dark Magician right there. Alright, now we control Dark Magician, so we can then special summon our Magician Girl's Will. And then her effect will activate, and we'll get to search a Dark Magician monster. So we'll probably just search Souls, add to hand. We could search the Timaeus and then go that way. But we will then activate the Magician's Will because we control a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician Girl. Special summon, activate its effect to then... add from our deck to our hand a Spell or Trap, which we could have added Burst, but we're going to go ahead and add Soul Servant to our hand. Then we are going to link off the... We're going to need 2 or more effect monsters for Palladium Knight. So what we'll do is we will link this off to the grave for a link 2. We'll link this off to the grave for a link 3. And then we will link this off to the grave for a link 4. And then we will go into our Palladium Knight of Legend. And then on summon, he's going to be a really big beat stick. So he's going to gain... He's a Palladium monster. He's going to gain 1 counter. Dark Magician 2 counters. Dark Magician Girl 3 counters. And Palladium Knight of Dame of Legend 4 counters. So he'll gain 4 counters. He doesn't gain counters, but in this Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator, we have to just put counters on him so we know how much attack he has. So he will just gain attack 500 times 4 because there were 4 different monsters with different names. So he'll gain 2,000, which makes him a 5,000 beat stick. Now, this is where things get broken. We can then activate our Soul Servant, top deck, whatever, does not matter. We'll just banish this from the grave, and it will allow us to draw 4 cards. So we'll get to draw 1, we'll get to draw 2, we'll get to draw 3, and we will get to draw 4. All right. Now what we'll do is we can then set that Super Poly. We can then set the Magician's Combination. And we activate a Spell or Trap. So here's what we could do. So let's go ahead and add those to our hand. So that's my bad. We'll add these to our hand. We just activated Soul Servant from the grave. So now what we can do is activate Rod. We'll tribute the Dark Magician to the grave. And then we'll activate Robe to special. So Robe will then special itself back into defense. And we can special a monster from our deck. We can then probably special that Magician Girl's Will if we want to. If we didn't have it before. So we'll probably do that. We'll just special summon the Magician Girl's Will. And then Rod will then add itself to our hand. And then we will get to set a Dark Magician spell or trap. Come on. Work for me. We'll get to set that Eye of Timaeus to the spell and trap zone. And then we can just, we'll set it. Alright. And we've already used the Illusion of Chaos this turn. And we've used Magician's Will and Rod. We have not used Magician's Soul, so we could do that. So what we'll do is we'll activate its effect to send it to the grave. By also sending this to the grave. Because we could send the Magician's Will and then just special the girl back from the grave later. We could do that. But actually, we'll do that just because why not? We're going to go ahead and send that to the grave. And now we could special summon Magician Girl's Will to make a rank 6, or we could just special summon the Dark Magician, because he is Dark Magician. And then what we can do is activate Circle to banish a card, or what we'll do is we'll activate the Eye of Timaeus on that Dark Magician, and send that to the grave, send that to the grave. We can then go into any of our cards, so we could go Dark Magician Dragon Knight, and then protect our back row. And then we could set that Magician's Combination to have a negate. We could set that Super Poly to wipe away his field. We could set that Dark Magic Burst, also wipe away his back row. And yeah, so that Dark Magic Burst is really just a full combo. And yeah, we still have 5 cards in hand, and our board is almost completely full. It is just straight gas. It's a lot. It's not a whole lot like, but it is almost like the Rescue Ace, where they just go gas. They just keep summoning cards. They keep doing things. Basically, we just made the deck kind of like that. But we put out some really good stuff, kind of like the Eternal Soul and, the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight protecting the back row. So we can just effectively just resolve Combination. We can effectively resolve Circle and Eternal. Then we can do Super Poly. Not like they can respond to it, but they can't destroy it because, haha. And then we could just resolve Burst. And just, it's really good if we go with the whole Dragon Knight play. And we can just keep bringing back Dragon Knight to just protect our back row if we want. So that is going to be it, guys, for basically how to use the Burst. But let's just say we pass our turn here. They play, they do their full combo, blah, blah, blah. They've activated a monster effect this turn. So whatever they do next, we'll respond to with Chain Link 2. And then because they activated a card on their turn, we'll then just get to special summon this guy from the deck. Special summon and defense. Technically, we get to special summon Dark Magician. So we could just special summon this. And then we get to special summon the Illusion of Chaos. So that's how that works. First Dark Magician, then Illusion of Chaos. This was from the grave, right? And this was from the deck, right? Alright. Then our opponent can activate another monster effect. We just activate this and add this to our hand. And then we get to special summon the Dark Magician from the grave. And then Circle could then banish, while also the Illusion of Chaos being able to negate. So there's that. And then you just send that to the grave, and voila! Now you have Dark Magicians on your field. You also have 3 Dark Magicians, actually. That's freaking hilarious. And you just effectively just resolve Super Poly. Or you could tribute the Dark Magician Girl somehow. You probably just do Super Poly first. Get rid of the Dark Magician, the Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Will, or whatever, and just fuse it all up. And then you could effectively resolve that combination to negate another thing. And yeah, it goes wild. It's gas, guys. It's gas. So it's really good. So if you like the new Dark Magician card, Dark Magic Burst, make sure to leave a like, guys. Make sure to follow my YouTube and my Instagram accounts. Subscribe to my YouTube and follow my Instagram. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, guys. Make sure to share it with your friends so that way they can see this all new awesome Dark Magician support that we are making for the deck. It does feel broken, but we have effectively looked over each card effect, looked at it, decided how broken should it be. Is it broken? Is it just meta, kind of like what meta is right now? And we really looked at it, and right now it's just gas like Rescue Ace with interruptions and a few negates. So that's basically what the meta is right now, except some of the meta is not pure gas like Rescue Ace, but that's basically what we did. We turned this deck into a meta deck. So with that, what we're going to be doing is our next video, we are going to be showing all kinds of combos and tutorials, 1-card combos, everything you can do with this deck. We've kind of broken it down into segments showing you each card currently, but our next video that we post on the channel is going to be a full combo tutorial, which will be a while. I'm recording this video the same day that I recorded the Magician's Will video that I posted a while back. So as it stands right now, it'll be in the future, but by the time you watch this video, we'll have that video up for you guys, but it will be in the future, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And it will be just one heck of a time just watching all the different combos that you can play with this deck. So anyways, guys, make sure to leave a like, make sure to share with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube, and follow the Instagram. All the links are down in the YouTube and channel descriptions. So make sure to click on those so you can go follow both the Instagram and the YouTube. And as always, guys, keep it real.